Here on the OCU Athletics Update, we're talking to Delaware Resource Group Superstar Athlete of the Week, Lacy Beeler, junior outside hitter from Jenks, Oklahoma, who is a two-time conference hitter of the week. And Lacy, you had a career-high 22 kills against Southwestern Christian this year. Tell us what went into that performance for you.
So I have to give it all back to my team, because having a stud defense, like being able to get balls up and pass like great balls and 3 balls, and then also having an amazing setter that's able to push the balls where they need to go and force them when they need to be forced, and switch up the offense. And then also just having everyone on our front row is able to be a threat. And so when we play other teams, they're not just thinking about one hitter, not just thinking about me, they're thinking about every single person on our front row. So when a block is pulled, then I'm always telling my middles that I'm thanking them so much, like when there's a hole in the block and when I'm able to put a ball down, it's because of them.
Team has broken into the national rankings for the first time in 3 years this season. What's the significance of that, and what's it take for this team to keep performing at a high level?
So a big thing with our team is that we have a lot of team chemistry, and it's honestly amazing, and we trust each other, and we believe in each other on and off the court. What I think a big thing is that we all have established goals together, and we all have been busting our butts to be able to get to those goals. And we've been seeing it pay off as we've just moved up from 22 to 18 in the national rankings as of today. So that's just really fueling our fires.
So what does it take for this team to continue that success as we get set for the postseason here in the next couple of weeks?
Well, like I said, we've been doing great. It's just I think we need to keep doing what we've been doing, and when we go into practices, we work on what needs to be worked on and staying focused, and honestly just keep doing what we've been doing, not taking any team, not taking one game for granted, and going out there and working hard.
How difficult has it been for you balancing your schedule between volleyball and your nursing school schedule?
It's been a bit of a struggle. It's always rough, but honestly, having my support system and everything, and just you have to have a lot of communication, and everyone has to be understanding, and time management. But I wouldn't trade it for anything. I'm where I want to be. I'm able to be a nurse, and then I'm also being able to play volleyball. So
take us through what it's taken you academically to get to the point you're at now, and how OCU has kind of supported you in your endeavors.
Yeah, so I just graduated from the OCU Kramer School of Nursing, and I've gotten my license, and I'm officially a nurse, and now I'm doing my master's in nursing education. And so honestly, just having my team there, and they're always understanding. My coach is always super understanding and puts academics first. And then also my professors, I think the professors at OCU, they understand that yes, academics should come first, but then you also have a life outside of your academics. And so it's very understanding, and it's more of a peers communicating to each other than a professor and a student.
What was it that brought you to OCU?
I was recruited here for volleyball when I first graduated high school, but I ended up going to OU, and I realized that I wanted to play volleyball, and I missed the sport, and I love the sport. And so when I had the opportunity to come here and play volleyball and go to an amazing nursing school, it wasn't even a decision anymore.
All right, that's Delaware Resource Group Superstar Athlete of the Week, Lacy Beeler. You can follow the stars on OCUsports.com.
What I've learned the most from golf is to have integrity in everything you say and do.
One of the biggest lessons of that sports impacts my daily life is discipline.
Be a champion of character, it just means to realize first that you're a part of something that's bigger than yourself.
Being a part of NAIA is something that I'm going to keep with me forever, because it's not only made me a better athlete, but it's made me a better person.
The NAIA really just cares about their student athletes and just the experience in general at the school. And I think that's really important.
The NAIA stands for, has great core values. One that's most important to me is servant leadership. Being able to serve your community is a huge reason why I chose the NAIA.
I am a champion of character.
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 Here on the OCU Athletics Update, we're talking to women's wrestling coach Nicole Tyson, the first Stars alumna to be named the women's wrestling coach here at OCU. And Nicole, let's start there. After becoming a multi-time national champion wrestler here at OCU, what's it been like for you to be back on campus as the coach, and what kind of response have you gotten from some of your former teammates and wrestlers?
The response has been so great and so welcoming since I've been in Oklahoma, and especially at OCU. I've had coaches in the wrestling community in Oklahoma reach out from OSU and OU and have given me other new contacts to reach out to, and the alumni have been so great. I mean, they've all been my teammates at some point, and so I've just been absolutely overwhelmed with the support. They've reached out to me. Some of the girls are like, hey, we can support OCU again, and every event that we've had more women alumni at than I think anything in history. So it's been very exciting. We are actually going to have a alumni night on January 31st in ties to our senior night as well, which I am very excited about because it's like the seniors, you're going to be alumni now. And so that'll be January 31st, and then we're going to just snowball, and hopefully soon we'll be able to announce something fun that's going to happen on that Sunday, but it's still in the works, so we'll see what happens with that.
As far as your team this year is concerned, you've got 6 returning All-Americans. What do you expect from this team, and tell us about some of those girls who are going to wrestle for you?
Our team is real tough. So we actually have small numbers as far as those who are cleared to compete right now. Typically, I like to have, mid-20s, and we have probably mid-teens in numbers, but the quality and caliber of athletes that we have are amazing, and our girls that have All-Americaned in the past are great leaders. They bring that competitiveness in the room, and it's just been a really great room and an awesome process, and seeing how the culture is changing and how the girls are reacting to me, and it's been very welcoming from them as well.
What about some of the new ones that you're bringing along currently?
We've got 2 freshmen this year, and we've got Madison Parker, who's just from down the road in Texas, and her dad has actually been writing our strength program for us, and he's the strength coach at TCU, so that's pretty exciting. We've got Irene, who is actually from Madrid. She's from Spain, and she's such a sweetheart, and we just love to have both of them on the team.
Last week you had your black and blue ranking matches. A little bit of a different format this year than we've had in the past. So tell us about the event, how much fun it was, and anything you may have learned from it.
It was so much fun. 2 of our girls, Raven and Monica, are daily in the athletic department. They do the work study there. And so between us, we've got a bunch of coaches, other teams' coaches to come along, and we got Marty with women's golf, we've got Bo with women's basketball, and then Denny came out with baseball, and then Michaela, athletic trainer. So we had all sorts of coaches and stuff, and it was so much fun. Kristen from women's volleyball tried to break a clipboard to be funny and ended up just bending it, and Coach Marty wore a Nacho Libre mask the whole time. I gave it to him. I thought he was just going to wear it for like 10 minutes, but then he stuck through wore it the entire time. Denny got his face painted as like a tiger and ran out and was like motivating the kids. I think he scared them more than anything, but it was so much fun. And then they had all their kids come to watch them coach wrestling, so it was a fun event. It was a lot of fun. We had our alumni there, men's and women alumni came out to watch, and parents and people from church. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
What was it that brought you to OCU as a student, and then what brought you back to be a coach here?
Well, when I was a student, 2007, there were only 5 or 6 programs in the U.S. that had women's wrestling. Now there are about 60 of them. And so back then, I chose the school for a couple of reasons. The first one was because I was actually homeschooled up until I was in high school. And so I liked the smaller classes, and that's what OCU has to offer. And I've built relationship with teachers, and some of them are still here. And when I got here, they gave me hugs and open arms, and they not just like, I kind of remember you. They're like, oh my goodness, Woody, what's up? So that was pretty cool. But I liked Coach Randall, and he just, had that we're going to win. If you don't want to be with us, then that's fine. Go somewhere else, and we're going to beat you. And so I like that mentality, and that's kind of what hooked me. The campus is beautiful. And then as far as coming back to work here, it just kind of seemed like a no-brainer for me. As far as being a first time as a head coach, what better place than my alma mater because I already know what the classes are like. I know what the teachers are like. I know what the athletic department's like. I know what everything has to offer, and I can give my personal testimony to the school and about the school. And, you know, Jim, the athletic director, he is always supported women's wrestling. And I know some schools don't always have the support of their athletic director because he doesn't or she doesn't quite realize what women's wrestling is and make it swept under the rug. So here I don't have to worry about that. I have the full support of administration too, and it's just a really great place to be.
What has helped you prepare to be a head coach at the collegiate level?
I think mostly is all the different type of coaches that I've worked under over the years, and I've been a GA and an assistant coach since 2011. I've worked at the gym in Texas with my brother. He owned his own wrestling facility, 3F Fitness. And so I coached for William for a number of years before I got back into the college scene. And just going through that, like, you evolve as a coach and you learn. Like, when I first graduated, I was like, everybody, in my mind, I was thinking everybody was motivated the same way I was. And then the more I coached, the more I realized, like, no, every single one of those girls are motivated a different way. And so just learning the different things like that over the years, and then observing other coaches and what they've used that has worked and what they use that hasn't worked. And, you know, I have a solid 7 years of that experience that I've been able to mold into my idea on what I want to do. And it's been a lot of fun.
What's unique about OCU?
OCU is, as far as wrestling schools goes, I think that OCU is the #1 as far as academics go. I also think that about wrestling as well, but it's definitely a top tier school. Like, our alumni that have graduated from OCU have gone into exactly what they want to do. Like, one of my best friends, Tessa Plana, she wanted to be an optometrist, and she graduated from OCU and then went into optometry school, and now she's in Alaska. Congrats, Tessa. She just got engaged. And, you know, we've got just so many successful women that have come out of this program because of the opportunities that the school has provided for them.
Another former OCU wrestler, Cassidy McAlpin, is now the head coach at Broken Arrow High School for girls wrestling. What does that say about the growth of the sport, specifically in the state of Oklahoma?
Oh, I've got goosebumps right now. It's awesome. It's great. We are growing. I actually just got a voicemail from another coach saying that, hey, we've got 3 new schools that are starting women's wrestling. Do you have any girls with a educational background that want to get into teaching and coaching? And so I've been blown up with those phone calls and those emails, and it's great that it's not just growing on the college level, but down even elementary school age all the way up through college, and it's amazing. One thing that I'm really excited about with Cassidy, Maggie Duma is another alumni of ours who is at Little Axe. I keep calling it Broken Axe, but I'm combining the two. So she's at Little Axe. I believe she's an assistant coach. And so on January 19th, we are dueling Emmanuel as a college. And before we duel, Maggie and Cassidy are both bringing their teams, and they're going to duel here at OCU. So I'm really excited about that. It'll be a lot of fun.
Tell us about your recent experience with Team USA in Hungary.
Oh, it was great. Personally, it made me proud of myself and what I've been doing coaching-wise at OCU, because it had actually been a while since I've been out to the training center and coached with Terry Steiner, who is the senior national team coach. And the drills and the stuff that he was talking about with the world team was the stuff that we were already doing as a college team. And so I got to run back and tell the girls everything that we're doing is in line with what the Olympic coach is doing. And so that experience in itself was a confidence booster for me as a coach. But it was so great. The girls were very welcoming there too, because every single one of them go to either they're at a different college or they were at a different college, different club, different level. Some of them are 18 years old, some of them are 23. And it's just, that's the kind of atmosphere that I like. I love a challenging and competitive atmosphere. And so the girls were receptive to what I had to say. I had one girl that did film review with me after she had finished the tournament completely, and so it was really great. And Budapest is beautiful. I took lots and lots of pictures, so I'll be posting them up on my Instagram.
All right, that's OCU women's wrestling coach Nicole Tyson. You can follow the Stars on OCUsports.com.